Alright, so another video that I was thinking about making was some typical car salesman lines that you'll probably hear if you go buy a car, if you work in the car business, and I think I'm gonna make this a little bit longer video, so just beware. But I'll go into some detail about why you say certain things and how they're useful and other things like that. So we will start off with when you walk into the dealership. A lot of times car salesman will want to source you, is what it's called. So they want to find out where you came from, if you've worked with someone there. So the line is, have you talked to anyone here? And that's really important because in a previous video, which I'll probably link up there, there's stuff called kinks in the car business. And they'll try to take people's customers, and the people that aren't kinks will source. They'll find out, have you talked to anyone here? Oh yes, I talked to Michael. I worked with him already. We test drove. Or, oh, I talked to him on the phone. I'm here to see Michael. And you want to find that out as a car salesman. So that way you don't have to split a deal. Or that way you gain favor with whoever you're working with. Because a lot of it is kind of competitiveness. And then another line that you'll hear is, what features are you looking for in a new car? Or what are you driving right now? You'll ask these qualifying questions basically to find out information about what they're looking for in their next vehicle. So a lot of times you'll walk in, oh hi, I'm Michael, welcome to blah 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 dealership. Have you talked to anyone here? Oh no, I haven't. Oh okay, excellent. Well, what brings you into Subaru today? What features are you looking for in your next car? What type of car do you have right now? What type of features are in the car that you're currently driving that you would like in your new car? What type of features do you wish that you had in your car that you're driving right now? Just stuff like that. It gets you a good baseline to kind of know what cars to guide people towards, as in another previous video, which I'll probably link up here. Selling has nothing to do with forcing someone to buy something. You have to find out their needs first, and then you show them the car that fits their needs. That's the best way about going about it. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe there's some car salesman out there that's had some really good luck just forcing people into cars that they don't want. But I don't think that's a good way for good customer service. I don't think that's good for customer retention. I don't think that that's good, sales tactic. I think you lose more customers than you gain that way. And then one other question that I usually ask, and this isn't something you always will hear, it's not something that that all car salesmen do, but, oh, are you adding to the fleet or are you replacing a car that you currently have? And that is actually something that is really important when you're a car salesman, because you have to know what you're getting yourself into, or at least it's a good idea to get a little bit of a head start. So if they're saying that they're replacing a car, they're probably going to trade that car in. And trade-ins are one of the biggest hindrances to making deals, because I'll go into that in another video, but basically it's going to be something that you'll lose a lot of deals over, is the fact that you can't give them enough money for their trade, because their expectations aren't where we're at the dealership. So the other thing is, a lot of people will ask for pricing out in the lot. And so my typical kind of diffusing thing, because until they pick out a particular car, there's no way you can really talk about pricing. Because I could tell you, oh yeah, I can discount an Outback $5,000. I can't do that on base model, but I sure can do that on a fully loaded one, or at least at the time when I was over at Subaru we could. So what I usually tell people is the profit depends on the package, the exact car, what equipment is on there, because profits vary from car to car. A typical base model Subaru might have $800 in profit in it between MSRP and what our invoice cost is, and a fully loaded Outback might have $3,000 in between MSRP and invoice. And so if you pick a really inexpensive car, your discount's not going to be as much as if you pick a really expensive car. So let's settle down and actually, that's not what you should say, but let's settle on a car, actually, is what I would actually say to a customer. So let's settle on a car first, and then we'll discuss pricing when we have an exact vehicle to choose from. Once you get over the entire pricing thing and you decide that you're going to go test drive a new vehicle, something that you usually will hear at the end of the test drive is 3 yes questions. So, for example, when you're done test driving the car salesman will want to get you to say yes to go inside and talk numbers. So, what they'll do is they'll lead you on with a couple questions. So, for example, did you like how the car drove? Is this the right color for you? Could you see yourself driving this car? Or whatever other questions. Three questions that you know the answer is going to be yes to. And then the 4th question is going to be, well, would you like to see what it would take to purchase the vehicle today? Or maybe a little softer close than that is, well, would you like to see some numbers in the car so you know what it would look like? Whatever it is, it's to get them into the dealership to sit down and discuss numbers, and that pushes you one step closer to a deal. So that's 2 lines right there. It's 3 yeses, and then would you like to see some numbers? And there's some other things that go on. A lot of times, I've always heard in the old school car business, when you're walking from the test drive into the dealership to go sit down at a desk, you're not supposed to turn around and see if they're following you. You're just supposed to lead them, and they follow. And that's a little old school. I'm usually like, oh, okay, well, can I get you guys some waters? Can I get you guys anything like that? I think, like I said in a previous video, which I'll also link up there, that the car business is changing a lot, and I think it's a lot more customer service oriented than it ever used to be. And so you won't have as many old school tactics nowadays, but there are still some dealerships that are run that way. One other line that you'll hear is, if I could, would you? So, for example, if a customer says, well, can you do $28,000 on this car? Instead of saying, oh yes, I can do $28,000 on that car, or oh yeah, I'm pretty sure, it's, if I can do $28,000, which I'm not sure if I can, would you buy the car? And if they say anything other than yes, you have to get an answer out of them. You have to get a yes answer, because that's the entire point. It's to figure out where they need to be to make a car deal. And so this is a little bit more hard selling, closing type stuff. I know I said, you know, sales isn't really selling, but when you're negotiating numbers, it really does come down to that. It really comes down to the fact that they don't trust you, and the fact that most car salesmen are trying to hold a little bit of profit in there. If you go to the flea market, it's the same thing. So that's just how it works, unfortunately, and that's just the nature of the business. One other line, the last one, is we have the same goal. Now this is something that I think a lot of car salesmen actually don't say. Now this is something that I personally say, and it's actually a really, really honest thing, and I really like using it because it's 100% true, and it helps them understand that you're coming from a good place. And that line is, we have the same goal in mind. What I usually expound upon that is, we have the same goal. You want to buy a car, I want to sell a car. I don't get paid if you don't buy it, and you don't get a car if I don't sell it to you. So if we can figure out where we need to be, I'll work for that, because I don't care if I have to give the car away, because right now we have no more profit in it. Or right now it's below where I get paid my commission on it. So if I sell it, it's $200 either way. I really don't care. So let's figure out where we need to be, and I want to sell you a car. So this is a little bit more, I don't want to say hardcore sales, because it's none of this stuff is really like, this is all stuff they teach you in the first week or first month or however long it takes for you to learn. But it's a little bit more hard closing, it's a little bit more sales tactic type stuff, but I think it's good to be out there, that people know, like, oh, I'm going to be told this, or oh, I should expect this out of it. It doesn't change the fact that it helps move along through the car sale, but it's something that you'll hear a lot. And it's stuff that I've used, and it's stuff that a lot of other car salesmen have used, and it works. So if you have anything else that you can personally think of that I might have missed, that you've heard while you're in the car business, or you've heard while you're buying a car, I could try to explain it, or anything like that. I do want to go into some detail about some other stuff in future videos. So if you do like the videos, please subscribe, And if you like this video, please thumbs up. If you don't like it, thumbs down, just so I know. And also, if you want to comment, leave suggestions for future videos, anything else that I can help out with. And also, if you want to get notifications when my new videos come out, there's a little bell icon there below. Please click on that as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you're having a great day.